Okay, then blood is moving from atrium to ventricles. Then what is going to happen when ventricle is filled with the blood? So here again I take this picture, and for that one I can add a little bit of other information. This is the SA node, this is the AV node. Now what has happened actually, the SA node, AV node, so SA node send impulses to contract. As a result, atrium contract. This is called atrium systole. This valve is open, and now blood is coming to the ventricles. Now the next, this one SA node. SA node is not sending signal. Now AV node here trying to send signal to the ventricles because it is coming from the bundle of His and the Furkyne fiber to the ventricles. Now next, ventricles start to contract. So when ventricles start to contract, this is called ventricular systole. When ventricular systole happen, this valve is closed. So AV closed. And this one is open. Semilunar open. Then what's going to happen? If semilunar valve open, the blood can go out. So here, blood is going out. As ventricle contract. When the ventricule contracts, the blood is going out. After that, ventricles start to relax. So during relaxation, the pressure decrease. Now ventricular systole pressure increase. Because muscle contract, ventricular muscle wall contract, inside pressure increase. Ventricular systole, muscle contract, pressure increase, the semilunar valve open and blood is going out. So ventricular systolic pressure increase, muscle contract, then semilunar open, blood goes out. So ventricular systole, pressure increase in the ventricles. As a result, muscle contract, semilunar valve open, and blood goes out. Then end of the ventricular systole, again muscles start to relax. When the muscles start to relax, AV open and the semilunar can closed. When ventricles start to relax after end of the contraction, ventricles start to relax. Then the pressure is decreasing. Then semilunar is open, AV valve open. This is AV open. And semilunar closed. Then what will happen? Blood is again filling atrium and also ventricles. So both atrium and ventricles filling with the blood because this valve is open. So this represents the biggest part of the diastole. At diastole, both atrium and ventricle filling with the blood. Now we can start again to the starting point. So when you go to the starting point, is this. Right, so this is the first one. And this is the second one. And this is the third one. This is the fourth one. And this is the fifth one. So now we try to keep 1, 2, 3, 4 in a line. And now we go again to understand the process. So starting with the first one, it's a atrial systole. During atrial systole, atrial contract. As a result, the AV valve open. It is closed from the beginning, but when the pressure increase, AV valve open. As pressure increase, AV valve open, then the blood is moving to the ventricles. Then ventricle is filled with the blood. Then the ventricles start to contract. Then AV closed, semilunar open. Then at the end, ventricle pressure decreased, semilunar closed, and AV again open. Then again blood is coming from atrium to the ventricles. Then it's both sides filling. Okay, then when blood is filling at this stage, diastole, at diastole, ventricle is filling and atrium is also filling. So large amount of blood filled during diastole in the ventricles. And some of the blood stay inside the atrium. Now, if you look this stage, number 4. At number 4, you can see AV valve is closed and semilunar is open. Right? So we can now clearly summarize what is exact event take place each stage. Now, ventricular systole, AV is closed, ventricular systole, AV valve closed, semilunar open. AV closed, semilunar open. Then blood is going out of the heart. Now, what is happening in the atrium now? So what is happening in the atrium, we can explain from this picture. Then blood is start to fill to the atrium. That time blood is filling to the atrium because atrium is not contracting. Only the ventricles are contracting. Here, the ventricles are contracting. As ventricles are contracting, blood is going out, AV closed, semilunar open. Now, if you look what is happening to the atrium blood is filling. Blood is filling in the atrium. As this stage finished and coming to the 5th stage, you can see because atrium contraction start, atrium systole is started. There is a small period filling of the blood. After that, atrium contract. So after atrium contract, blood is again coming to the atrium and ventricles. So this one is a characteristic feature of the ventricle systole. and atrium systole, atrium contract, AV valve open, but that time semilunar is closed. So AV valve open and the semilunar is closed. So this we can take during what is happening atrium systole, AV valve open at the end of the atrium systole. That time semilunar is closed, blood is going to the ventricles. After blood fill the ventricles, ventricles start to contract, then AV closed, semilunar open. And end of the ventricular systole, again start of the atrial systole. So as I told you, a cycle. So what we learn now, there's a period for these cardiac cycles. Now during this 0.1 second atrial systole, we can also understand at this point the AV valve open and blood is going to the ventricles. Then the blood is filled the ventricles, then the ventricles start to contract. Then at here, ventricles start to relax. So since there is a small gap between atrial contraction and ventricular contraction, we have to make this link to atrial systole and ventricular systole, because first atrium contract and then after small delay ventricle contract. During the ventricle contraction, atrium contraction start to fill the blood. End of ventricle contraction, then it relaxed, then again ready for the next cycle. Then the atrium again contract. So it is just connected to each other, and atrium and ventricle always have a small differences of filling and the contraction. So when the ventricle is ending the contraction, blood is already coming to the atrium. Then atrium start to contract, then blood is going to the again ventricle. So then we can all this event we can summarize into 3 stages: atrial systole. So atrium contract, AV open, semilunar closed. Then after some times later, ventricle contraction start. Ventricle contract, AV closed, semilunar open. Then diastole, AV open, semilunar closed. Both atrium and ventricles filling. This is the summary of the cardiac cycle. Atrial systole, ventricular systole, diastole. Atrial systole, atrium contract, AV open, semilunar closed. Ventricular systole, ventricular contract, AV closed, semilunar open. Diastole, AV open, semilunar closed, both ventricle and atrium filled. So here I can show what's exactly happening now. So blood is coming to the ventricles. And ventricular systole, atrium is closed and this is open. So blood is going out. Diastole, it's again open and blood is filling. So this is the summary of the cardiac cycle. It is very useful to remember what exactly happening, especially the valve opening and closure during each stage of cardiac cycle. We know forget. Well, actually, we know I didn't see that you are in waiting room. I see it later. Okay, I think we can't start new lesson. We just again summarize what we have done today under the cardiac cycle. Number one, what is cardiac cycle? Cardiac cycle is events take place between one contraction and one relaxation of the heart. Contraction is called systole, relaxation is called diastole. Time taken for one cardiac cycle, 0.8 seconds. As a result, heart rate is 75 beats per minute. So we can calculate also volume of the heart per minute if we know heart rate and the volume at each contraction of the left ventricle. So that is called cardiac output. And cardiac cycle, we can divide it into three stages: atrial systole, ventricular systole, diastole. 0.1 second for atrial systole, 0.3 second for ventricular systole, 0.4 second for diastole. And they have a little bit linked with each other. There is a no 100% clear picture between atrial systole and ventricular systole because atrium contract first, then after that small delay, ventricle contract. That time, we can notice atrium is filling. So diastole start at the end of the ventricle systole, atrium is already filling because atrium first contract, then ventricle second contract. Then atrium coming to the relaxation stage, then blood is already filling to the ventricles, atrium. So we learn the steps. Starting one is atrial systole. Atrial systole, AV valve initially closed, but when its pressure is increasing, it open, this valve is closed, semilunar valve is closed. Then blood goes to the ventricles. So then ventricles filled, ventricular contraction start. As a result, AV valve is closed and semilunar valve is open. Now this valve opening and closure is due to pressure. So semilunar is open because of the pressure. Ventricular pressure increase, semilunar is open. Then the blood is going to the out of the heart. And then there is a period of contraction, then ventricles start to relax. When ventricles start to relax, again this semilunar is closed and this valve is open. AV is open. When AV is open, blood is already filled to the atrium. Some of the blood already received to the atrium because atrium is relaxing, and when the atrium is ventricle is contracting. So this is the summary. Atrium systole, AV open, semilunar closed. Ventricle systole, AV closed, semilunar open. Diastole both open. Now the last thing I should mention, both side it is happening at the same time. This is the right side and this is the left side. That means when right atrium contract, left atrium also contract. At the same time, when the blood is going to the ventricles and ventricle contraction start, right ventricle contract and left ventricle contract at the same time. So the blood is going to the aorta and this blood is going right side, going to the pulmonary artery. Okay, if you miss, I can upload these videos and you can find in the I think I will show you quickly. Okay, if you go to the website, so I make a link now, a login for 2024 student, and your password. If you enter the password, and then if you click class 1, I think I uploaded 1, 2, and 3, class 3. So when you click this one, the last 2 classes, 8 videos, you can see as a list. And now the next 4 videos, today's class 4 videos are coming, and that will also go to this list. I think I will add the first class, then make 12 videos in 1 month. So you have 12 videos in 1 month. I can also adjust this list. Like I can separate unit 3 and unit 5 now, the order of the videos. Then you can see 1 month what we have done under unit 3 and under unit 5. So which is maybe easy for you to learn these videos one by one at a time. For example, I think I can move, yeah, I can move videos. Yeah, I will do that and organize the videos. I found the better way that rather the other one having a lot of password is a bit difficult. So this is much better. Okay, so I'm going to stop. Again, we can meet next month, March. then we can start Unit 4 and we continue Unit 5. I will also upload the notes to the website. When you see at this place, yeah, maybe beginning of the class like February, March, you will see the notes to download, tunes and notes to download, and we will revise Unit 2 questions after end of Unit 3. So we have 50 questions, MCQs. We can go through these questions before we start Unit 4. Okay, then see you again next time. Take care.